All right, if you've ever been in the middle of a workday just drowning in tabs, constantly signing in and out of the same website for different clients, you know the feeling. It's this nonstop digital juggling act. Okay, let's get into this, because there is a huge shift happening in how we can manage all this complexity.
So, does this look familiar? You're trying to manage a bunch of ad accounts, or maybe different e-commerce shops, or hey, even just keep your work and personal stuff separate, and your browser is actively fighting you. One minute you're in a client's account, the next you're logged out because some other tab's cookie just took over. It's a massive headache, right? Well, it turns out it's not actually your fault.
You see, the way we've always tried to fix this, with different browser profiles or just piling on a ton of extensions, those were designed for a much simpler world. A world where one person maybe had a couple of accounts. But today's work, it's all about teams, it's global, and it's way more complex. The old tools just can't keep up.
And we all do it, right? We use browser profiles, we use extensions, trying to create these little walled gardens for our digital lives. And honestly, for just one person, they can feel like a pretty decent solution. It's the workflow we all know.
But here is the thing, and this is the most important part to understand. With these tools, everything, and I mean everything, is happening right on your computer. Every single web page, every script, every cookie is running locally, on your machine. This is called local execution, and it's the foundation of how browsers have worked for decades.
And look, that's fine, until it's not. The second you add teammates who need access, or clients in different parts of the world, or you just have a higher need for real security, this local-first model starts to completely fall apart. The approach that worked for one person becomes a huge bottleneck for the whole team.
This is really the breaking point. When you try to scale the old way, you're not just adding a little complexity, you're introducing some serious operational and security problems that, frankly, extensions and profiles were never, ever designed to solve.
And it really comes down to these four major pain points. First, you get what's called operational sprawl. It's just a mess of windows and profiles that's a total nightmare to keep track of. Then comes the risky credential sharing. We've all done it. Pasting a password into a Slack chat, it's not great. Third is endpoint vulnerability. Since everything runs on your laptop, one bad link can compromise your entire system. And finally, clunky geo-controls. Using a system-wide VPN that affects everything, when all you really need is for one single tab to look like it's coming from London.
So, what's the alternative? This is where a whole new way of thinking comes in. The agentless cloud browser. And it completely flips the script on where your browsing actually happens, which in turn solves the exact problems we just talked about.
And here it is. This is the single biggest difference. With your traditional setup, the code runs on your device, making your computer the blast radius for any attack. But with a cloud browser, all that code executes on a secure server, far away. Your device just gets a safe, interactive video stream of the web page. Nothing dangerous ever touches your laptop.
This whole concept is built on a really smart security idea called zero-trust browser isolation. The logic is simple. Trust nothing from the web to run in your actual computer. So, if you click a sketchy link or land on a compromised site, all the damage is completely contained in that remote session out in the cloud. A session you can just close and poof, it's gone. Your own machine stays perfectly safe.
And this fundamental change in architecture is exactly why this new approach works so well for teams. It's not just a band-aid, it's a whole new foundation that's actually built for collaboration and security from the ground up. Let's see how that works in the real world.
I mean, the differences here are just night and day. With extensions, isolating your sessions is a manual job, and you have to be really careful. A cloud browser does it for you automatically. Security goes from local risk, meaning your laptop is on the line, to remote threat containment. Collaboration goes from nervously sharing passwords to securely sharing access without ever revealing the password. And geo-control becomes super precise. You can have one tab in Germany and another in Japan, instead of using one big clumsy VPN for your whole computer.
Think about this for a second. This idea is a total game changer for teams. Instead of giving a freelancer a password that they can then use forever, you can just share a live running session with them. You can say, hey, you have access for 1 hour, and when that hour is up, their access is gone, automatically. The password itself is never even exposed.
So this all adds up to a way stronger security setup. You get true session isolation, meaning your accounts can't accidentally see each other. There's a zero footprint on your device, so no data is left behind when you're done. It's all protected by the best encryption out there. And maybe the coolest part is, it gives you a safe sandbox to detonate risky links without ever putting your own hardware in danger.
So when you put all these pieces together, this isn't just about some new, shiny tool.
It's about completely reimagining how a team can work together online, both securely and, without pulling their hair out.
And you can see the benefits for so many different jobs. Marketers can cleanly manage dozens of client ad accounts in one window. E-commerce sellers can finally run multiple stores without those crazy cookie clashes. SEO teams, they can check search results from 10 different countries at the same time in 10 different tabs. And for pretty much any remote worker, it's the absolute best way to build a solid firewall between your personal and your professional digital lives.
So really, it all comes down to this one question. Are the tools you're using today built for the way you actually work now? Is your browser designed for a single person from 10 years ago, or is it ready to handle the scale, the security, and the collaboration that a modern team actually needs? It's definitely something to think about.